Have you ever wondered if your ECU can take in a signal from an outside CANbus source? We'll wonder no more. So what we've got going on here is, I think it's made by Bowling & Grippo, but I can't remember. But it's a gym stem. It's called a gym stem. The variable input-output board can do 5 volt, can do 12 volt, can do 3 volt. All that fun stuff. Got an ECU with the 2014 firmware on it, with a pointing at a RAM address that it's not used by the ECU software. Totally outside of what it normally handles. OBD2 splitter, plugged into a DrewTech Mongoose and a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is equipped with a CAN hat. It's a MCP 2515, I think is the chip. So we have a 2-wire connection. See that? 2 wires. Routed through the splitter to an OBD plug, which is plugged into the ECU. Hey, we're up to 215. I didn't notice that. So all the gym stem is doing right now, as you can see, it's acting as a switchboard. In the background, on the software side, we have my favorite tuning program called Binary Editor. It's made by a guy over on the East Coast. I prefer this software to others. Others have their own opinions on it. It is what it is. I mean, you know how the industry is. On the right-hand side, we have a CAN log, monitors the CAN bus. As soon as I hit the enter button. And on the lower right, we have a window that I use for controls. Excuse me. So, what we're doing here is sending a message out of the Raspberry Pi into the CAN bus, which then gets interpreted as a CAN message through the Mongoose into Binary Editor. Now, the way I have that set up is that they have a user-defined parameters. This blue column, or the blue row here, is the one I've established. I've made sure that this isn't used anywhere in the software. It's free, it's clear, it's open, doesn't affect anything. I have that pulled up here in the data logging window. Come on, there we go, right here. Now you see that the tag is actually different than the one that was in the UDP. That's because I have it going through a custom transfer function to convert that 0 to 5 volt input into percentages. The idea is that this is here to simulate a flex fuel sensor to tell the ECU, hey, this is how much alcohol is in your fuel, or, you know. It's just logging at this point. However, because it's in RAM, a skilled decoder should be able to use that address and use it as an input for other tables, like the not the fuel tables because they're all in Lambda. Additional spark, additional fuel, starting fuel, base pressure, stuff like that. So, close all that. You can see not much going on here until we hit the data logging button. Turn the key on. Key, it's actually just a toggle switch. Get messages on the right-hand side on the CAN bus, and we have a data log rolling on the left-hand side. Now, these two values are not important. It's this one in the blue box you want to keep an eye on. The only reason the other two are here is because it doesn't like starting with a single PID enabled. I don't know why. Don't ask. It's weird. So we'll come over to the lower right-hand window and send a couple CAN messages. So what this does, it puts it in session 3. And then we ask for level 3 security clearance. I've got a handy little tool here. You see these three values, B784BE. So that's what they call a seed. B784BE. Hit generate and it spits out another 6-digit code. Come up here to 2704. AB F118. It's a full CAN frame, and I mistyped it. Not the alcohol, I swear. 24. I don't remember what that one is. 35 is an incorrect code. 24 is out of sequence. So, request another code. BB 887D. I think once it fails once, it kicks it out. Seems like what it did. B4091F. 6704 is what you want. 04 is a positive response to the security code. And what that means is that the security level is unlocked. Now, thanks to that, I can run this little script here that I wrote. You can steal it if you want. I don't care. Shout out would be nice, but it's not necessary. So we run the script, and that number in the blue box starts changing. It goes from 0. It'll roll up 1, 3, 4, 8, however many times up to 100, and then resets. So, you can see the wiring here. That message is being originated from the Raspberry Pi over the 2 CAN lines through the OBD plug into the splitter, back through the CAN lines into the ECU. And because it's CANbus, that same signal is being interpreted by the hardware, sent back out through the CAN lines to the Mongoose and into binary editor. Pretty cool, huh? So what this means is that I am recording. I have a custom message being sent over hardware not native to the ECU, just by 2 wires showing up in a tuning program. I believe HP Tuners has this feature with the extended plug, but only like a certain feature set. This is all done via external hardware. So yeah, if you find this topic interesting, I'm not going to I'm not going to claim to be an expert. In fact, I'm not. I'm far from it. I understand the basics of what's going on here. Not qualified as an expert. However, if you would like to discuss it, hit me up. I enjoy this kind of thing. It triggers that serotonin response, you know? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. So, what this means is because this is in the ECU's RAM, a skilled programmer can use that value from that RAM address to apply it to other tables. And I'm pretty sure I said that already. I'm not keeping track. None of this is scripted. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. And I have seemed to have... there it is. Seem to have misplaced my mic. It's actually on my shirt. Yeah. Catch you in the next one.